The readings will be given by Gary.
I will read from the Bible. Psalms. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance. Daniel. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom, and over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first. This Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes because an excellent spirit was in him. Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault. Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king, and said thus unto him, King Darius, live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains, have consulted together to establish a royal statute, and to make a firm decree, that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions. Now, when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed, and gave thanks before his God, as he did aforetime. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy God, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. Then the king arose very early in the morning, and went in haste unto the den of lions. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God, whom thou servest continually, able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God hath sent his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. Forasmuch as before him innocency was found in me. And also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, Peace be multiplied unto you. I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom men tremble and fear before the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and steadfast forever, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivereth and rescueth, and he worketh signs and wonders in heaven and in earth, who hath delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian. 1 Peter. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as supreme, or unto governors, as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers, or for the praise of them that do well. For so is the will of God, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men, as free, and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of God. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear God. 2 Corinthians. And such trust have we through Christ to Godward, not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think anything as of ourselves, but our sufficiency is of God, who also hath made us able ministers of the New Testament, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter killeth, but the Spirit giveth life. Now the Lord is that Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. I will now read correlative passages from Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures and from Prose Works by Mary Baker Eddy. Man is tributary to God, Spirit, and to nothing else. God's being is infinity, freedom, harmony, and boundless bliss. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Like the archpriests of yore, man is free to enter into the holiest, the realm of God. The history of our country, like all history, illustrates the might of mind and shows human power to be proportionate to its embodiment of right thinking. When first the Pilgrims planted their feet on Plymouth Rock, frozen ritual and creed should forever have melted away in the fire of love which came down from heaven. The Pilgrims came to establish a nation in true freedom, in the rights of conscience. Human law is right only as it patterns the divine. Consolation and peace are based on the enlightened sense of God's government. A coroner's inquest, a board of health, or class legislation is less than the Constitution of the United States, and infinitely less than God's benign government, which is no respecter of persons. Truth, crushed to earth, springs spontaneously upward and whispers to the breeze man's inalienable birthright, liberty. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. God is everywhere. No crown, nor scepter, nor rulers rampant can quench the vital heritage of freedom, man's right to adopt a religion, to employ a physician, to live or to die according to the dictates of his own rational conscience and enlightened understanding. The Constitution of the United States does not provide that materia medica shall make laws to regulate man's religion. Rather does it imply that religion shall permeate our laws. Mankind will be God-governed in proportion as God's government becomes apparent, the golden rule utilized, and the rights of man and the liberty of conscience held sacred. Meanwhile, they who name the name of Christian Science will assist in the holding of crime in check, will aid the ejection of error, will maintain law and order, and will cheerfully await the end, justice and judgment. Certain elements in human nature would undermine the civic, social, and religious rights and laws of nations and peoples, striking at liberty, human rights, and self-government. And this, too, in the name of God, justice, and humanity. From lack of moral strength, empires fall. Right alone is irresistible, permanent, eternal. Justice and truth make man free. Injustice and error enslave him. Mental science alone grasps the standard of liberty and battles for man's whole rights, divine as well as human. Above the platform of human rights, let us build another staging for diviner claims, even the supremacy of soul over sense, wherein man cooperates with and is made subject to his Maker. The lame, the blind, the sick, the sensual are slaves, and their fetters are gnawing away life and hope. Their chains are clasped by the false teachings, false theories, false fears, that enforce new forms of oppression, and are the modern pharaohs that hold the children of Israel still in bondage. Should we but hearken to the higher law of God, we should think for one moment of these divine statutes of God. Let them have dominion over all the earth. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. To my sense, the most imminent dangers confronting the coming century are the robbing of people of life and liberty under the warrant of the Scriptures, the claims of politics and of human power, industrial slavery, and insufficient freedom of honest competition, and ritual, creed, and trusts in place of the golden rule, whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. Pray for the prosperity of our country and for her victory under arms, that justice, mercy, and peace continue to characterize her government, and that they shall rule all nations. Pray that the divine presence may still guide and bless our chief magistrate, those associated with his executive trust, and our national judiciary. Give to our Congress wisdom and uphold our nation with the right arm of his righteousness. Christian Science raises the standard of liberty and cries, "Follow me." Escape from the bondage of sickness, sin, and death. Jesus marked out the way. Citizens of the world, accept the glorious liberty of the children of God and be free. This is your divine right.